Good morning, folks. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody had a good Monday. All right, a couple of things to go over for today. We had a lot of news come out at 8:30 this morning. We have PMI 945. You have business inventories month over month at 10, as well as I don't know what this is actually. I've never seen unusual activity live webinar. Never seen that before. That's an interesting one. But a couple of new stuff to watch out for. 9:45, 10 a.m. being your main ones. Let's see what we got in store for today. One thing to go over, just to keep in mind for you guys, is that the daily is still pointing down. Right? If we go over here, take a look at the daily, we triggered a downside 2 days ago, which is why we've been primarily focusing on downside overall. Now, in regards to going into open here, I did not mean to do that. In regards to going into open here, we do have an upside bias. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm pretty much going to be watching for. Let me pull up the other chart real quick, make sure levels are good. Before we start off here, a couple of levels I'm going to add real quick, 2, 3 intraday levels. We're going to add the high here, and that's going to add the bottom here, and that should be good. I actually see another level that I want to add, so I'm going to add this low right here. So a couple of levels added. What I'm going to watch for is a nice clean break above 280. If you want to be safer, you can watch for that 290 spot to take longs off of at open. Otherwise, downside will be into effect. We'll have to wait for the bias flip. I'd like to see below 241 for that to be true. Let's see what we can get. There is an A plus upside setup to be watching out for. The A plus upside setup will trigger around. Let me just check here real quick. 25. What is that? That high we made. 25 like 80 area. We should have an upside A plus setup. There is no upside down plus down. Yeah, A plus downside setup yet. Um, but there might be starting to form. No, the A plus downside setup would be much lower if it does start to form. It's like going to be around 174 ish, 165 area ish. Macro dip buy levels. Okay, same thing as yesterday. The 195 to 200 level is still applicable. We played this last night as well a couple of times. This is the first macro dip buy level. The second macro dip buy level, which will be the safer macro dip buy level, is 103, 25, 103. So again, 25, 200 to 195. First macro dip buy, second macro dip buy, 25, 103. 3 minutes until open. Let's see what we can get today. I always have BYND open because I'm in BYND, remember? We are in BYND. We still have equity in BYND. We still have some options leaps in BYND, which I think might have gotten profit stopped actually. Let me check. Because I don't know. Okay, BYND leaps did not get profit stop. They're still up about 40-ish%, but they're really close to profit stops. Well, also, I've been waiting for the BYND short squeeze. You did have a very large institutional or inside buyer yesterday. One or the other. You can't tell from flow. You can only tell when somebody buys, how much they buy. So we do have that. Sheesh. Harsh rejection going into open. Well, what I'd want to see happen here, since we are breaking down in pre-market now, what I'd want to see is a break below this 225, testing or wicking this 215, come back up and retest reject off of 225 and see if the bias flips. We don't have choppy and volatile conditions, so if this is the breakdown level, you can't do the counter trade. Too risky. All right, we got 30 seconds to open. 30 seconds to open. I'm probably gonna chill for the first like minute and let it do its thing. Shall see. Look, you wanna get this what is it called? Secret sauce set up. Two seconds to open. Ding, 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 ding. All right, let's see what we got. Bias is still currently pointing up, so I'm going to wait for what I just mentioned to you guys. If you guys want to take this here, once the 225 retest rejection happens, you are free to. I will be waiting for bias flip. I'm not going to be taking something like that right away. NQ, immediate break, 280, will long. Orders are in. 280 longs entered. Might have entered this a little too early, but we'll give it a shot. 290 is the safer spot. NQ of 10, take if you wish. NQ of 15, stops move to break even. NQ first term's it. Stops 2 points and profit for the rest. Okay, hold up, guys. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I am having some issues here. Whoa, what the heck just happened? Yes, my top step is lagging as well. Oh, Lord. Alright, I'm closing position. God damn it. Well, we got our 20 to something ish, but it's just there's something's wrong with Top Step here. Let me go double check their cord real quick because yes, I am having issues as well. I can't get out now. Make sure you guys screen record everything. I am still in on my Apex accounts. Trying to close on Top Step, but cannot close. Alright, well, shit. Well, if you're still in with me on your other accounts, your 310 terms should have hit. Out half. 30 points. You want to be on MNQH. MNQH today. For the more volume contract. Oh, shoot. I'm going to have to... Might have to switch things up a little bit, actually, in terms of the... Let me see if I can go back to the other contract, actually. It might just be easier to stick on MNQ from yesterday. You can choose to be on MNQZ today. You can, but the higher volume has started to move onto the MNQH contracts, by the way. MNQH. That is what I see on Top Step. Top Step typically puts you on the most volume contract. I can't really do anything right now on the other accounts. By the way, guys, give me a second. Oh, nice. Okay, Top Step isn't even loading now. All right, I'm gonna switch over and I'm just gonna close this on every port. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Let me just figure out what's happening with Top Step real quick, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna continue on Apex, so on my Ninja platform. But give me a second. Let's figure this out real quick. Make sure everybody, if you are stuck in a trade or whatever, make sure that you have a picture or a screen recording of it. Okay. Well, that kind of messed up the morning. Hopefully they do push a fix for that. They usually do. They usually have a fix for it. So it's nothing like we got to worry about in that regards. Give me like a couple minutes. We'll wait until the 9:45 news to see if there is anything updated on Top Step or not. In the meantime, let me just switch on over to fully trading the Apex accounts. Yeah, what the issue that's happening is not only did orders not get filled for some people, but you can't exit a position because I was trying to exit the position there to get out due to the lag because I noticed when our trims hit, I had a little lag fill there. Either way, I mean, if you didn't even take that on Top Step, you should have gotten at least like 30 to 40 points. That one did quite go the way. But give me a couple minutes until this news. Let's get this news out of the way. Let me just set up my desktop real quick to be able to trade every account at once. Since I'm not going to be doing my Project X accounts at the moment. Yeah, Top Step has been dropping ball recently. They have. I am disappointed in Top Step. Top Step has let us down. Play would have worked out beautifully. We would have gotten fully paid. Ay, ay, ay. It is what it is. Ninja, I don't have it up yet. Give me a couple minutes and I'll tell you which one to utilize on that. I usually switch to that by 10. Wow, we would have 8. I'm going to grab QQQ puts. High risk. 608 puts. Entered. And it pretty much immediately went. Give me 1 second to put this alert out. QQQ 608 put. Date expiry today 11/16 1.28. I'm in with 50% sizing. I left 50% room to scale in on QQQ puts 608 0 DTE high risk. Jesus Christ, sometimes you just gotta hate Top Step, man. Contracts did just jump to 1.42. I'm not taking a trim yet. Trim set in at 1.45 for these contracts for some of them. And again, I did leave 50% room to scale in on these, by the way. QQQ, taking my first trim, 1.49, 1.48 filled. Stops move to break even. on these QQQ puts. Next trim's in at 1.55. Very nice on the QQQ puts. Crypto Bear. So as soon as you open NinjaTrader, it should tell you automatically that they are rolling over contracts. You just have to click done and allow. If my thesis is correct based off of the daily, we should go all the way back down. Keyword should. Well, 280 is going to be your intraday pivot point. 324 is going to be your new intraday pivot point. If we start basing above it, probably going to get profit stopped out of the rest of these QQQ puts here. Let's see. Nope. You want to see all the way back down to 280 and then a break below 280. Retest rejection back down to 241. QQQ trims at 1.55 filled. Taking another trim here, 1.62 out half, filled at 1.63. Trim at 1.82, bang! QQQ taking another trim here, taking 75% out at 1.92. Hey, just because we can't trade futures don't mean that we don't scalp. Don't forget, I first started on options. If you didn't print with the longs on NQ, you definitely should have printed on with these. Wait, can you guys not hear me? Please tell me you guys can hear me. Okay, good, good, good. You guys had me a little scared there, man. QQQ puts gone. Bang! Exactly what we were looking for. Top step. Let me check. I don't think it's back. I do not think that it is back. Nope, it is not back. Still can't log in. QQQ, finger on the trigger for trims. Trimming here, 2.08. I did not get filled. I did not get filled. I did not get filled. Got filled. 2.08. About to take my 90% trim with one runner, or maybe two. I'll probably leave two. Hey, I'm just gonna say we call those QQQ puts out at the top. This is the power of the indicator with the daily. I hope you indicator users are taking note. This is the third time I have done this live on stream. We do have news in 2 minutes, by the way. News in 2 minutes. Let's see, hopefully Top Step can be back. If not, I do have the NinjaTrader accounts loaded. And we'll go ahead and give that a go. QQQ taking my trim here, 2.15. Oh shoot, wrong channel. Holding two runners. I got filled at 2.14. Sorry, not 2.15. Okay, let's see what we have left. Make sure you guys do have your stops and profit. I mean, there's only one runner left on these. I did not even look at the percentage, so I don't know what our percentage is. Putting profit stops in for last runner in at 1.58. All right, so I got two runners on the on these contracts left. Now, if you want to be risky in your trading features, you can look to take shorts right here, 240. I can't alert both at the same time. It's a little too much at the moment. If you took those 240 shorts, you should be printing. You should be absolutely printing. QQQ trimming one runner here. 2.42. Bang! If you took that short on futures from 40, you hit a solid 205 there. That's about 36 points. Or 34. If I'm doing my math correctly. But bang! Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Mo. Remember, news did just come out. Let the news settle down. Pretty much exactly what we were looking for happened. I mean, we said we wanted to see a break below this 280, come back, retest rejection off of it, and flush. And we got it. QQQ, closing out the rest. And now we can go back to futures. This runner at 1.58. Excuse me. Oh, 1 second, guys. Getting a phone call. Be right back. Give me 1 minute, folks. I'll be right back. All right, we back. Someone rage fisted his screen. Well, see, the nice part about Top Step is that Top Step has whenever they do have issues that do arise, they do take care of them. But I mean, having the issues in the first place is an issue itself in itself. I do want to risk trying shorts here. This is a very high risk play. Give me a second real quick to get everything back up here. All right, I'm going to load QQQ puts up one more time, but we'll be hesitant on taking these because we do have that news at 10 as well. So I'm going to wait about 10 minutes for this news, and then we'll go from there in regards to what we want to do. Lower the express activation code. Yeah, so they did that a little bit ago. So they do have the accounts where you don't have to pay the activation fee, and it pretty much matches with Alpha Futures a little bit. Alpha Futures pricing is a little bit better. Little bit. Remember, we do have that A plus upside setup around here that is looking to trigger. We just have to wait for this news to get out of the way. News is out of the way, then we should have a better setup. Because with the news coming up in a couple minutes here, we can just have a breakthrough from the A plus setup area, which is not ideal. Remember, we want to see it chilling around the A plus setup spot and then break out with some volume. Tasmanian Apex will always be the cheapest platform to utilize. Always. I believe their account cost is $36, maybe something like that. Don't quote me. I don't remember. I want to say, but I don't know what sale they have going on at the moment either. All right, so we do have that news coming out in a couple minutes. I am debating trying QQQ puts again, but this time I might go with tomorrow's expiration to be safer. All right, QQQ puts. Taking entry on 609 puts. 131 entry. Same thing in with 50% size left, 50% room to scale it. Chill and base around the area. I mean, that is subjective because it really depends on the price action. You really have to see how it's doing. Usually I like to wait for at least like 1 5-minute candle. Usually. Ooh, I got a terrible entry on these puts. I thought I had a better entry. I guess not. Bang! QQQ puts. You can take it if you want. I'm holding. At 1.57. And again, if you are trading 0DT options, one thing that I highly recommend is setting up hotkeys. And I know that we're switched to options a little bit today over futures, but primarily my main accounts are on Top Step. And I mean, since Alpha is with Project X as well, I don't really necessarily want to risk it, so I'm not taking any trades on that. QQQ is basically the NASDAQ, so it is NQ. QQQ is the NASDAQ. All right, here's how I'm going to set my trims. Trims in at 1.65, 0.75, 1.89 is what we'll do. If we scale in, we'll adjust trims. And again, we do have that news coming out at 10 a.m. 5 minutes from now. Alpha was working, and Alpha has worked before when I have not, when Top Step X was not working. So there is that. If we pop this top here on NQ, I will be scaling into the QQQ blitz. Again, this is purely based off of the daily. Probably should have went with next day expirations on these to be a little bit safer, but it is what it is. Again, we do have news in 4 minutes. No, we are not done with MNQ. I'm just literally waiting for the news. I am just waiting for the news. Watch for QQQ scale-ins. See if we get filled. I trade QQQ on Webull. You do not want to trade 0 DTEs on Robinhood. You do not. You will get the worst fills ever. Robinhood is a great platform for day trading and also a great platform for swing trading. However, when it comes to 0 DTE options, Robinhood is not, and I repeat once again, not a good platform to utilize. All right, we'll switch our focus to full-on futures shortly. QQQ filling in the rest of the contracts at 1.00. At 0.65. Actually, let's put our stops at 0.7. Yes, we are still trading futures. We're just waiting for this news coming out in a couple minutes here. 2 to 3 minutes. I don't see an update with Top Step. Not yet, at least. Let's go ahead and move that stuff out of the way. Okay, so your MNQs on Apex or Ninja should be on 3/26. 3/26. Two more minutes for news. 2 minutes. Yeah, if Project X is not working at all, like there's if Top Step has issues because Top Step is Project X's creator, then you don't want to use it on any platform because it will have issues. All right, this is the A+ setup spot. We have not chilled, in my opinion, enough below it for this to work out fully. Again, my opinion. Sometimes it can just go, and that's completely okay. 24 seconds for the news. Let's see if we get what I'm looking for from this news based off of the daily. I'm expecting, keyword expecting, to push us all the way back down. Now, if we do base above that 400 area, then obviously I'm expecting all the way back up. But based off of the daily, we are still pointing down. Until the daily flips back up will be the key determination factor. All right, news is out. Let's see if we get stopped out of these QQQ puts or not, and then we'll look to see what we can do futures wise.
There is a high risk trade set up here if you want to short, but little bit high risk. All right, let's see what we got here. I want to see 355 retested and a bounce off of 355 for futures longs. Even if we retest 367, that is fine as well. I wouldn't mind 367 base formation on 367. We watch for breakout above like 380. A couple of things to watch out for here. Now, if we do go all the way back to 324, we may have to wait and see what the bias is telling us. And remember, this is the A+ setup spot. It can just go from here. If it does just go from here, I'm going to skip it. If it doesn't, then I'm going to wait. I'm taking shorts, high risk. High risk. 290 entry. Bang. Okay, we pretty much got right to our spot. The 55 area. Remember, we can see a retest base establishment happening here. And then we can look for the breakout for the upside at like 387. So I'm not planning on being in these shorts for too long. That was very quick, though, that it did go. $360 trims filled. Out half, 30 points. See if we get our 50 trims filled or not. Come on. So close, yet so far. 50 trims filled, 40 points, out 75%. Bang. Bang. Goes for 340 trims. 340 trims filled. 50 points. Holding one runner. Exactly what we were looking for from the top. Why? Because the daily is still pointing down. I tried to go over this as we were doing it live, right? QQQ trim at 1.44 or 1.45. I'm going to take some out. Putting stops at entry for QQQ puts. Stops in at entry. 1.19. Great job on the QQQ puts. Great job on the shorts. I am going to take my full exit here. 320. NQ. 25, 320. What is that? 50, 60, 70 points? 70 points. Bang! I know if we didn't have the delays today, guys, we would have hit the full profit target on the longs as at open that we took. Plus, I mean, we just did hit these as well. So, very nicely done. Ninja Trader should not be lagging for you. Keyword should not. Ninja Trader is working perfectly fine on my end here. Now, if it is lagging for you, what I'd recommend is checking your internet connection. It very much well could be your internet connection. You do have to be a little careful when you are trading with Ninja Trader and Apex. They do require you to have a lot of things screen recorded. So if you are having issues that are widespread and everybody has those issues, I would make sure that you are monitoring that. QQQ, I mean NQ, I'm looking to take shorts. Immediate break of 340. This is a super high risk trade. Be careful, please, if you are taking this size down. If we break back above 367, I will cancel. Because remember, there is that upside thesis that is still in play. The bias for short term is still pointing up. The bias for long term is pointing down. If we break and hold above 370, we'll cancel orders. We'll cancel the 340 short orders. No cancellation. Still have orders in at 340. Let's see if we get filled here or not. No fills. We just chilling. QQQ, I did get stopped out the rest at entry. Okay. I'm still have my 340 short orders in. I've not canceled them. This clean hold above 370, I will cancel them. All right, canceling orders at 340. The upside thesis is still in play, and I guess the upside thesis is intact. Oh my god, Top Step is working, and if you are still in those longs from this morning, you are still in. I am taking full exit from those longs we took in the morning. Yeah, RCC, check the logs if you're in your account. Check if they are still in. Nice. 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 Let's go. I don't know if they're gonna remove that. They probably will. They probably will. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna take a high risk trade and immediate break. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Two sets of trades here, okay? Because the upside one is close to triggering. So what we'll do is NQ immediate break of 405 will long. 405 will long. And then NQ immediate break of 365 will short. This is what we will do. NQ shorts entered. 365. Q up 10, take if you wish. NQ up 15, stops, move to break even. NQ first trims hit, stops 2 points in profit for the rest. 20 points. Oh shit, I sent this in the freaking options channel. Whoops. Whoops, 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 whoops. $335 trims hit, out half. 30 points. Bang! 325 trims it, 40 points. .315 trims it, out 90%, holding one runner, 50 points. Bang! Bang! Where are the bangs? Where are the bangs? Absolute banger of a day. Absolute banger of a day. We have caught over 400 points today in total. Absolute bangs. I'm sorry, guys, for the people who are new here. I tend to get a bit enthusiastic when you know, we hitting, you know. Well, I don't really have a full exit for this runner. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe 280. I'm gonna attempt 280 to 285, unless we get profit stopped out this last runner. Absolute banging day. Again, I don't have a full exit in for this. If we do base below 324, you can look to take shorts again. If you have not, if you are not in shorts, you can take a look at them. Ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore. Well, actually, no. QQQ puts that I just alerted. You can re-enter. They did jump a little bit right away. As I was mentioning there, if you take 324 and you're not in shorts, you can look to get into shorts. So I just entered QQQ puts once again at the same spot. Comes in at 1 point. .8. Okay, these QQ puts that I just entered, right? Okay, these are extremely high risk. These are lottos. Do not enter with size and do not enter with what you are not willing to lose. These are zero DTEs. Please be very careful. If you have never traded zero DTEs, please just stay away. Don't trade them. And again, if you are not in shorts, this 324 level, you could try shorts here. You could try the shorts here. And the stream is recorded. Stream will be up. No, yeah, 324 for MNQ. Yes, yes. You missed it though. Do not enter down here. Do not enter down here. It retested it about 2 to 3 times. I think that did hit your 15, so you would put your stop to break even. You could look to re-enter as long as we're basing below 324. Otherwise, this trade is a very high risk trade. I mean, the initial entry that we took on these shorts at 360-ish, 365, that was the better entry. Or sorry, 390. That was obviously the better entry. You do not want to be buying or selling around a key pivot point level unless you're basing below it. And if you are, or basing above it, it's just a very, very high risk trade, which is why I'm saying that this options trade as well, don't go in heavy or just skip. Remember, there's more opportunities in a day, right? I mean, I'm still here for another like 30-ish minutes. Let's see what we got. Gonna be a tough spot, 50-50 spot, essentially speaking. I mean, obviously, I'm pointing towards the downside due to what I'm in. on and with the daily pointing down. The hard part is the discrepancy between both the short-term trend and the long-term trend. If you took those 324s, bang, QQQ 155 trims filled. We banging. We banging. We banging. Puts are up shorts are up almost 90 points. Take if you wish. I'm going to take full exit at 100. Bang! NQ all out at 24, 290, 100 points. Hey guys. Hey guys. What'd it do? What'd it do? 1 second, guys. I'm getting a QQQ trim at 1.92. Yes, we did take these on the prop firms. We got 100 points. We took our full exit at 290 from 390. Absolute banger of a day. Today has been actually really phenomenal. Like, we have caught over 500 points today. Over 500 points with QQQ scalping at the same time. I've done QQQ contracts 3 times, all for them to hit. Top step is down again. Mother fricker, man. What is going on with these guys? Yep, it is down again. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. That is unfortunate. Well, I mean, I do have my other accounts open, so that's okay. We'll continue with the other accounts. We shall continue with the other accounts. Not a big deal. I mean, I am all out of the futures play, obviously, that we were doing there. We took the 100 points. I want to be a little hesitant here. The reason being is because this is the 280 pivot point level that I was mentioning a little bit earlier, right? This is another big level that we have here. And don't forget the macro dip buy levels that I have given you guys. Don't forget. Everyone should be green today, regardless of what trade you took, because every trade has hit. Not a single trade today has not hit. Well, hopefully you guys are green because the issues that we were having. I did manage to log into that account on Top Step and exit that trade. But I don't know what they will do because I did exit at the top there when I loaded it, the original longs that we had from this morning. That is okay, RCC. Take it off. Take the day off. Nothing we can do, unfortunately. I am obviously still in these QQQ puts. Next trim. QQQ taking my next trim here. 2.06 filled, out 75%. Yes, I will run the 50k challenge account again. Unfortunately, there were just a lot of things that happened this month. So far on, or not this month. I mean, it's only been like 11 days or something like that. But Top Step has messed up twice during that. Trades for the holidays. Well, I don't really celebrate the holidays coming up, but whenever the market does. So the 24th is an early close, so we'll be trading the 24th, but we will get done early. Obviously, the market is closed the 25th, so we will not be trading the 25th. No, sir, I do not celebrate Christmas. But I mean, I do things with friends here and there on that day because everything is pretty much closed. And then I'll be doing a Christmas party for my residents at my facilities. Volume is starting to dry up a little bit. That is one thing of major concern here. So we might have to start being a little conservative. Obviously, guys, I still like the downside. The daily is the most powerful time frame compared to these smaller 5 and 15 minutes, right? The daily always supersedes. So even though the short-term trend said up, which it was correct, right? It was correct. The overall trend was down. And we played it really, really freaking well today. Everything's on stream. I recorded everything. QQQ, I'm going to take my next trims here. 220 filled. Finger on the trigger for these next sells. Absolute banger catch. We shorted the top. We shorted the top. Those NQ shorts were from 390. These QQQ puts were from up there too. Somewhere up there. Sorry, that's a personal question because of religion. That's not personal. You're okay. Yes. So in my religion, we do not celebrate Christmas. This is a big spot that we are approaching, this 225 spot. I do want to take majority of my QQQ puts out at 225. Remember, guys, if you do not know what QQQ is NQ. It is NQ. It's just called NQ for futures, and it's called QQQ for options. What a banger day. Trying to see what else that we can do here, but there really is not much. I just want to see this ideal target of 225 tapped into. Oops. See if this 225 gets tapped. This is where I am looking to take my 90% trim on these QQQ puts. Just taking my trim here, 2.45 out 90%. Holding 2 runners. Bang, 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 bang. If QQQ is NQ, it's the same trades. It's the same trades. This is why I was short as well. Essentially, you are at your 225 level here. Big, big, big spot. Let's see if some volume comes in and gives us a big flusheroo from here. QQQ, I'm going to trim one of the runners here. 2.6. I did not get filled. Just got filled. Bang! Bang! Taking all, QQQ, all out, 2.93. Bang! Bang! Absolute bang! Guys, we shorted 390. It just hit 190. It is sad of the outage. It is sad. We would have hit all of our account goals on the day. But absolute banger of a day, guys. I have recorded this entire stream. I will upload the stream for those that want to check it out afterwards. But wow. Wow. Absolute just wow. Like, we couldn't have done better today with this price action. We played it all the way up, and we played it pretty much, for the most part, all the way down. I mean, we did get QQQ puts as well that pretty much took us here. So, very nicely done today, guys. I think I'm going to call it a day here, folks. Unfortunately, it is sad of the outage, but there's nothing you can do. Sometimes you just gotta, it is what it is, and part of the game. But, calling it here. Hope you guys that were able to trade are green on the day. And if you can, as always, please post those profit chats. Would appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget the macro dip buy levels, by the way. Don't forget the macro dip buy levels. This 25, 195 to 200 is your first macro dip buy level. You do not buy immediately off of it. You need to wait and see for a base hold off of it. The second macro dip buy level, which is the most safest one, is this 25, 103. This is the safer macro dip buy level. All right, I will leave you guys with that. Stream will be uploaded potentially within the next 30 minutes, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace, peace, peace.